Hey guys, how's it going? Yet another gun control bill has just been introduced today to the Michigan House of Representatives. This is House Bill number 4128. I'm going to leave a link to this down in the description. And this would prohibit the possession of a firearm in any absent voter counting place. And I'm going to go through this in just 1 second. This might not sound like anything at first till you think about it for just a minute. This is actually pretty major, and it's yet again another proposed gun control bill. But before I get into this, I just want to remind all of you, it's time for more than half the state of Michigan who owns guns. There's 10 million people in this state of Michigan. It's time for everybody to start waking up. And for those of you that are already awake to this, I encourage you to please share this video and my other videos I've done on this topic because, quite frankly, there's barely anybody reporting on this at all. It seems like nobody cares in Michigan what's going on. And we're about to lose the free exercise of our natural right to keep and bear arms very, very quickly. And it's up to all of you to spread the word and let people know truly what's going on and then call them. It's a call to action to get all of your friends who support the Second Amendment and our gun owners that they need to start calling their state reps and senators, writing emails, letters, and actually going to Lansing to visit them in person and talk to them about these issues and let them know that they'll be held accountable when you go to vote next time. And you need more and more of your friends to get involved because we are this close to a myriad of gun control passing in Michigan right now. And for the rest of you that are listening from other states, it's my belief at this point right now in this country, you're only one tragic incident away from it happening in your state. And I know some of the states even have it worse than we do in Michigan now. And I send encouragement out to all of you who are fighting the good fight wherever you're at. So let's go back here. I did a video last week talking about 3 major gun control bills in Michigan. We're talking about a bill that would tell you how you have to store your firearms, which would put you at a huge disadvantage against an armed criminal who could be coming into your home or place of business. Also, the universal background checks, universal registration and licensing of it would be now all firearms in Michigan. We already have had that for pistols for almost 100 years. This would now take it to where it would be for long guns, shotguns, and rifles. Also, these extreme risk protection orders, which are red flag laws. Very scary, probably the worst of any form of gun control you could think of. I've done a video on it, and you guys need to go back and watch that if you haven't. Also, YouTube's done a thing lately where they've moved the live streams over to a live tab. So if you're subscribed to my channel and you go to my channel, just follow the tabs across the screen or on your phone, and you'll see where it says live. I've been doing quite a few live streams that are pertinent to all of this is going on, including an awesome live stream just 2 days ago with Michigan State Representative Jamie Thompson. She's a rock star. She's an absolutist when it comes to defending her oath that she took to defend the Second Amendment of the United States in Article 1, Section 6. And it was an awesome discussion we had and provides a lot of inspiration to you guys. So make sure you go check that live tab here on this channel. Check out those live streams and share those as well because we need a plan and we need to get going. And way too many people in Michigan right now are just sitting back, not knowing what's going on, not seeming to care. No, we need to care about this. The wolves are literally at the door right now, and they're just looking to bulldoze us. So this new House Bill, number 4128, it has a couple dozen sponsors. These are all Democrats in the Michigan House. I would note, including Representative Jamie Churches, who represents a district that's not too far from me, a district where I know a lot of people who live there that are very pro-Second Amendment, that own AR-15s, that are perfectly normal, hardworking people. I would also note that she only won the last election by several hundred votes. Just keep in mind, even people right now that were on the cusp that barely got elected, they're going full steam ahead with gun control, and you might want to look at some of these people when you decide who you need to contact and try to get them to change their mind and get them to oppose these gun control measures. Okay, so already we have a public act in Michigan that started off in 1931. So we're going back to almost 100 years ago. We've had gun control laws in Michigan. that the more they keep passing them, I would note, the less safe we become. And there's tough questions that need asked on what the solutions will really be here, but we know one thing. More gun control is going to make Michigan more dangerous. Why? Well, there's lots of reasons why, but here's the obvious, and you need to tell your friends and family this. Good people don't generally need laws because we're not looking to hurt anybody. We just want to be left alone. But criminals, by sheer definition, do not follow laws. These laws will never affect actual criminals. They never have, and they never will. And it only affects the law-abiding. So this is not to prevent crime. And there's statistics that prove that. This is only to mess with you. And to prohibit you from carrying a firearm in certain places. So there's a whole list of places. And this was amended again in 1994. While everyone was asleep, they've been doing this stuff for a long time. There's places where you can't carry a firearm. You can't possess a firearm. And there's a long list here. You guys can check out the link to this in the description. Also check out the pinned comment for my locals community where I'm giving you guys updates on things that are happening in Lansing. And I'm also going to tell you guys when I'm going to go next in case some of you would like to join me to meet your legislators face to face and talk about some of these gun control issues. So there's a whole list of places you already can't carry in Michigan with certain exceptions. Okay, including having a CPL, a peace officer, an employee with permission, people providing security. Here's the new one that was just added. Section 3 right here. Subsection 3. Except, as provided in subsection 4, 4 is a uniformed law enforcement officer acting in the course of his or her duties. So uniformed law enforcement in their duties will be the only people exempt from this bill. The other exemptions won't apply to this update. So keep that in mind. Except, as provided in subsection 4, a person shall not, while absent voter ballots are being processed, possess a firearm in an absent voter counting place, or a combined absent voter counting place, or within 100 feet from any entrance to an absent voter counting place, or a combined absent voter counting place. Now, this whole absent voter thing is kind of mysterious to me and convoluted, and I think it is for a lot of you as well. But I did some research, and for example, where I live, if I wanted to cast an absentee ballot, I've never done that. I always go stand in line and vote in person because I believe there's a higher degree of integrity when it comes to those votes versus the multiple handling and the convoluted steps. There's like an 8-step process or so with these absentee ballots where they get shifted and moved around and all these things happen. Now, again, me not being an expert, and of course I'm not offering legal advice here, I'm just trying to raise awareness and trying to encourage all of you to do the same. It talks about a person shall not, while absent voters are being processed, possess a firearm. And also a counting place. Now, in and around that building, 100 feet perimeter. Now, I go to my local township hall to cast a absentee ballot, and I believe the beginning of the processing steps would essentially start there. Now, this varies on what precinct you're in and your locality, but I think this could affect a lot of places, and it's not even clear to me yet how many different buildings that are potentially engaging in the processing, where these ballots are being processed and or counted, would now become a gun-free zone, where you couldn't possess a firearm, literally, unless you're a uniformed officer, okay, that's in the course of your duties. So that would mean not even off-duty cops. There's really no exceptions here. I need you guys to help me down in the comments and brainstorm with me different places this might affect. Please go read the bill for yourself. The link is down there in the description. But this could potentially, and this is the point I want to raise here, and we need to oppose this bill, this could affect many, many public places throughout your community that you have the right to be at, that you need to be at to conduct business within your community and to conduct business within your local government places. And now they're saying that while absent voter ballots are being processed, possess a firearm in an absent voter counting place. Please help me brainstorm down there in the comments for all of you who could kind of help me sort out all these different places where these absent ballots are processed and counted. I have a feeling it could be many, many places. Me trying to understand the convoluted system that they do these absent ballots. Now, this also makes me think of a quote near the founding of this country, and it's usually attributed to Benjamin Franklin. And it talks about, a republic versus a democracy. And it says a democracy is 2 wolves and 1 sheep voting on what's for dinner. And a republic is a well-armed lamb contesting that vote. So I want to know why the Michigan Democrats in the House that are sponsoring this bill, and also the Secretary of State of Michigan, who has been calling for a bill like this, has made press releases on their website recently, is calling for this. It's probably because they would rather have, in my opinion at least, 2 wolves voting against 1 sheep on what's for dinner. And if you guys have been with this channel for a while, you'll remember on October 16th, 2020, I put out a video on this channel talking about how this same Democrat Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, tried to arbitrarily, with the stroke of a pen, ban guns from all polling places where you would go vote. Now, we were relieved that a court of claims judge quickly actually struck that ruling down and said it was unconstitutional, that she didn't have the power within her office or the authority to do that. And we ended up being able to carry at polling places during that election. However, it seems that she's not forgotten about this, and she's been urging lawmakers to pass a law. And here it is. And like with most of these things, every time they put another law forth for gun control, they always say, and this is just the start, and we need to keep doing more and more and more. And they will keep doing more, and they are doing more. And the only thing that's going to stop them is more and more pro-Second Amendment supporters, gun owners in Michigan, to become aware and then fight back. And I urge all of you to do that, to write, to call, to email, and meet up with your reps and senators in person and say no gun control. The Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. You took an oath to that. You need to be held to your oath. And also remind them that they took an oath to the Michigan Constitution. Article 1, Section 6, it says every person in the state of Michigan has the right to keep and bear arms in defense of themselves and the state. And they all took an oath to that. And we need to wake up and have more and more people get involved to make our voices heard and hold them accountable for this. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good one.